How do you really measure a life?
My aunt never once complained about her terminally ill cancer that she was, had an expiration date, so to speak, on her life. Never once. Never once did she ask God why. It was always, okay, the little bit of time that I do have left, let's make it count.
I want to remember my mom as the reference point in my life. She was strong. I think I would like others to remember her as what she was trying to portray or try to emphasize with her life. I'd like others to remember her as a servant, or as a friend that you could talk to.
Her life revolved around her Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. It revolved around her family and serving God's purposes and serving His church, and she did that to the very end.
My Aunt Jesusita was black and white, never fake. It was always to the point, direct, and she'd tell you how it was.
I think the most memorable thing I have of her is her butchering some albondigas. Yeah, she always used to make some really good albondigas, and I think maybe it was in August or September she tried to do it again, and it was a mess. We got to talk about heaven and what to expect, and how that was the ultimate goal for each and every one of us. And so it's pretty much engraved in my heart.
But the Bible makes a very, very important distinction in 1 Thessalonians. It says, "We do not want you to be uninformed, brothers, about those who are asleep, that you may not grieve as others do who have no hope." You see, our sorrow as believers is infused with a triumphant hope.
Yeah, actually, the day she died was last Sunday at 5:15 in the afternoon. Prior to her death, lots of friends and family, we were just in her bedroom. We had people over, and we all had that feeling, that something was going to happen. I tried staying with her that whole entire time, and friends, family were over.
She went to sleep with the house full of family and friends praising God, praise and worship. We were praise and worshiping. It was a Sunday, so some people from church showed up after church, and we were praising God. And tear came down, rolling down her eye. That's how she wanted it. Praise and worship going, and praise and worship when she entered into the golden gates.
The question tonight for the living is, what about the life that God has given you? What about the gifts that God has deposited in your life? Are you using them for the glory of God? Are you using them like she did to touch souls for eternity? Because in the end, that is the only way to have lived a truly well-lived life, and to hear those words that we all long to hear, "Well done, good and faithful servant."